Learn to let out what's hurting you. Learn to let it all out. Or else, you might have to explode one day. Most of us are having a problem, I should call it a problem, of expressing ourselves. You're in a relationship with someone. You can't tell them what you're not comfortable with. You can't tell them when you're hurting. You can't tell them what you're going through just in case things aren't going on well. If you're a man, because you got this little queen who only wants life to be good, and then you fear to tell her that sometimes things are not going on well at job or the job, and you're not earning as you used to. So if you do not tell her, you'll have to spend as much as you've been spending, because she won't know your problem. Learn to let out what's hurting you. Learn to let out what's on your heart. If you do not, you start having a lot of questions, arguments, confusion in your head, and before you know it, you start talking to yourself. Those are the people you meet on the streets talking to themselves. They are not mad, but they failed to express themselves where they had to the right people. They failed to tell bechikwatako chiche chibaluma. So they end up finding themselves talking to themselves because they've had a lot of arguments in their head. They've had a lot of questions, unanswered questions in their head. It's a lot of confusion in their life, and they do not know. It could be a relationship. If you don't let out what's hurting you and tell it to your partner, you're going to be hurt more and more every day, because that person won't know you're hurting. They're going to continue doing the same thing that's hurting you without you knowing. And before you know it, you'll be fed up. You'll be like, I want to quit. I want to leave this relationship. Yet, what's hurting you would have been worked on. But you've not given this person a chance because you've not told them. Let's learn to let out what's hurting us. Let's learn to let it out. And if you talk to the person and they can't listen, pass it through someone they respect. Yeah. We all have in our lives people we respect. If you know you have a wife who can't listen, she's so quarrelsome. She misunderstands every statement you make. You know she has someone she respects. It could be a friend. It could be a sister. It could be her parent. Learn to let it out somehow. If you can't do it directly, pass it through someone. But tell someone your pain. Show them you're hurting. You're not a robot. It's robots who don't have emotions. They just act. They are just there. They are moving objects. They don't have emotions. They don't feel. They don't feel pain. They don't feel sad and all that. But we are human. We are bound to get hurt. We shall break down sometimes. We cry. Somehow you want to, and when you're hurting, you feel you must let out the pain somehow. But sometimes crying even won't help. It will calm you for some time. You feel like, I've cried about it, and then what? If you've not worked or solved the problem you're having, from crying, of course, you'll still think. You've not done something about it, and you need to do something about it. So when it comes to expressing ourselves, please, when it comes to letting out what's hurting you, please let it out. Let it out. Some of us are going to miss out on good people because we failed to let them know when they were hurting us. This person could be good in a lot of things, but there is this one thing he or she does. You feel so uncomfortable about it. You feel sad every time he or she does it, but because you can't tell them, you're like, I'm going to quit. I'm going to quit. Sometimes quitting is not the answer. If you have a problem of expressing your pain, even when you go into the next relationship, you still find the problem. Because some people are not sensitive enough to sense that you're hurting, to ask you what is wrong. And actually, some of us who have that problem of expressing ourselves, even when you're asked, what's wrong? You don't look fine. You still be like, I'm fine. And that is why I actually sometimes want people to fight verbally. It's okay. Because some of us keep so many things. We pack a lot of things in our hearts, in our brains, and before you know it, somehow they must get out. So it's okay for you to have a verbal fight with your partner sometimes. If peacefully, you've always failed to say something, one day I pray they push you to the wall until you explode, and yes, you spill it out. You spill it all out. It will help you. And you'll be glad you did. That person will change. They'll be like, the years I've been with this woman, she has never said a thing. She has never expressed her pain. But hey, this time it was out loud. The way she said everything from her heart, it's like it's been hurting her for a while. He will understand. So my darling, let's get this point clear. Communication is still key in a relationship. And communicating your pain is so important. So if this person has been hurting you and you've been keeping it, hey, let it out. It doesn't matter how. Just let it out. If you can't let it out, go through someone they respect. If you can't go through someone they respect, hey, have a verbal fight one time and let it all out. Yes. That way, just in case the relationship fails, you won't be like, I didn't try. But if you do not try to communicate, if you don't pass out what's hurting you, if you do not let the person know, when you move on, you'll be like, over he would have changed. I wish, because some of us separate with people and people don't even know why you left. Yeah? You live someone's life and they don't even know why you quit. They're like, for us we were there, we were good, things were good, and before I knew it, she just packed her things and left. Or she sent me a message and told me this relationship can't go on, we are done, we are over. But I didn't do anything to her. So you've not given this person a chance to put things right, just in case they love you. Because when someone loves you, they are willing to do anything to make it work. They are willing to let go of some habits that are hurting you. They are willing to do anything to ensure it works. So when you do not tell them, it means you've not given them a chance to, So please, we are all not perfect. But I personally, I want it when someone tells me when they are not fine with something, when I'm hurting them, when I've said something that hurt them, when they feel I'm not sensitive enough about their feelings. I love it when someone tells me. That way I know I'll explain my side, or I'll act about it, I'll change. Otherwise, that has been it for today. It's been Elma, and hey,